Hello, this is Daniel from Samdan's Couch. The PS5 Pro is in our hands, and I sat down and tried out a selection of PS5 Pro optimized games. I will give you my verdict, what I think about the PS5 Pro, and if it was worth the purchase. First off, let's start with the console itself. As an owner of the launch model of the PS5, I do enjoy the newly designed eject button of the disk drive. It was always a pain to find the hardware eject button on the launch PS5, which is black and above the identical looking power button. The PS5 Pro also supports adaptive charging, so charging your controllers is optimized, saving you a little bit of electricity. With the Pro, we also get two USB-C front ports, which is handy if you should ever break one of these and need an USB-C plug for your PS VR2 headset. Wi-Fi has been upgraded to the latest Wi-Fi 7 standard, though I will continue to use Ethernet for all my downloads. The Pro also has 2TB onboard SSD storage, which is double the space of the launch and slim version of the PS5. As it also turns out, the Pro has 2GB of extra DDR5 RAM, which is used to separate the system and background tasks from the RAM used for games. This also can give you extra and smoother performance. What about fan noise? My launch PS5 is absolutely dead silent. No matter what I throw at it, the fan can't be heard. The PS5 Pro is a tiny little bit more audible, but that's really nitpicking. I have to put my ear literally at the console to hear the fan, and as soon as I'm an elbow length away from the console, it is completely silent too. So no, there's no noise problem with the Pro. How good is the PS4 Enhanced mode? I expected a little more out of this mode, like this mode featuring some sort of PSSR mode, retrofitted into older games. But since Sony was very quiet about this feature, it was the first sign that it wouldn't be a huge upgrade. And as it turns out, it is more a nice filter instead of upscaling. PS4 Games interfaces look sharper, and so do some game graphics, but it's nothing to write home about, honestly. It does make PS4 games look a little bit nicer, but I wouldn't buy a Pro just for this feature. Regular PS5 games will benefit from the Pro by dropping less frames and running at the higher spectrum of dynamic resolution set by a game and run a bit more smoothly. As an example, I compared Astro Bot. This one is interesting. The game uses dynamic resolution, so the PS5 Pro should eliminate slight pixelation in busy areas. I found the picture quality also to be a little sharper. Comparing a still image shot from the God of War level here. Check out the details on Astro Bot's belt and the pattern of the door decorations. The basic PS5 image seems a little less sharp. Nothing major, but it's nice to see that regular PS5 games get a little treatment as well, even when they are not optimized for the Pro. After all, the Pro can give PS4 and PS5 games its 10% more CPU power, and also more speed for GPU-heavy tasks. What about PSVR2? Non-optimized games look a tiny little bit sharper, like in Horizon Call of the Mountain, but it's nothing to get excited about. But VR2 can also be pro-optimized, like the game Kayak VR Mirage. I instantly noticed the much sharper image and better looking textures. Hopefully more VR2 titles will follow up getting a pro optimization. Where the PS5 Pro starts to sing is of course in pro-optimized games. And there is a lot of them already. You can browse the PlayStation Store and filter it to just show PS5 Pro titles if you want to quickly check. Let's look at some games. Stellar Blade. Shown in its Pro mode, which is the best one because it uses PSSR. The offered Pro Max mode doesn't feature PSSR, runs at 4K, but it looks more pixelated, especially with hair. The image is very sharp, no pixelated hair strands and smooth 60 FPS. If you want the best quality image out of Stellar Blade, the Pro version is the way to go. The Crew Motorfest. The Pro version looks absolutely fantastic, running with PSSR and 60 frames per second. Running at maximized graphical quality. Where you can really see the difference is especially when you look ahead of you and every object is razor sharp. Really helpful when planning your turn ahead of time, seeing oncoming traffic and the road itself. Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster. The remaster looks absolutely fantastic. Looking at the PS5 version, it is hard to imagine that you can improve much on these graphics. But if you compare both games side by side, the Pro version looks sharper and there's no more pixelation. Hair looks super nice and even, delivering graphics that look like it's a painting or a rendered picture.
Alan Wake 2. This game is very demanding on the hardware, may it be consoles or PCs. My Nvidia 2080 Ti on my PC struggles hard getting this title running at a decent frame rate with ray tracing enabled. And on consoles, ray tracing was just skipped. Now with the PS5 Pro though, we finally do get ray tracing at playable 30 FPS. There's also now a 60 FPS performance mode at quality level settings, but no ray tracing here. Here are the two different modes on the base PS5 and on the PS5 Pro. Look out for details, like reflections on glass and mirrored surfaces. Concluding my experience with the PS5 Pro. The graphical upgrade is not easy to show in a video. The difference is much bigger if you see it in person on a high quality screen. You will be surprised to see the difference if you get a chance to see it in person. I'm very happy to see strong support for the Pro features right at launch of the beefed up console. The AI upscaling technology PSSR is much better than what the base PS5 has to offer. To my eyes, it can compete with Nvidia's DLSS on PC, something FSR on consoles and PCs really can't. The added ray tracing power gives you prettier graphics like in Alan Wake 2, or provide ray tracing together with a higher frame rate. Some games, like Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, gives you graphics that look like it's a painting or a rendered picture. No jagged pixelated lines even when you are up close to your screen. The upgrade from my launch PS5, the Pro console with its slimmer profile, 2 USB-C ports on the front, a much better disk eject button, 2TB internal memory, along with a much stronger hardware features like PSSR and faster ray tracing, was getting this console very much worth it to me. I also like the relocated HDMI port, since I do a lot of plugging and unplugging. If you are thinking about if you should upgrade to a PS5 Pro as well, make sure that you also have a nice display at hand. I'm running a 65-inch 4K OLED TV and can clearly tell the difference in quality, even at couch distance. But if you should still own a full HD screen below 42 inches,
the enhanced features provided by the Pro might be really too little to be worth it. Then you might as well play the base PS5 at its performance mode. The Pro really is the icing on the cake, taking the graphics of the PS5 generation one notch higher. If you care about having the prettiest graphics and the smoothest gaming experience, and if you own a nice big TV screen too, then it's definitely worth the upgrade in my opinion. I am looking forward to future software titles taking advantage of the Pro with its great PSSR upscaling. I am ready to continue my PS5 journey in its Pro form, and I hope everyone else has a good time with their gaming system, whatever system you are playing on. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel if you would like to see more of my videos, cool tech reviews and games. It really helps me to make more content for you in the future. Until then, I will see you next time on Sam Dan's Couch.
Sam Dan's Couch. Welcome to Sam Dan.